Hello, friends. Happy Wednesday. I'm so glad to be here with you guys tonight. I missed you last week. I was on vacation. We were on a cruise, and last Wednesday we were down in Miami enjoying some 80-degree weather and having so much fun before the cruise started. And we sailed from uh, Friday to Tuesday. So I just got back home yesterday. Give me just a second while I get my Facebook up here. I want to make sure I'm live. It's not showing me my video yet. Just a second. I hope you all are doing well. And have you been working on anything special? Have you been scrapbooking this past week? Okay, give me just a second. I'm sorry. I'm not seeing my live on my page for some reason. I think I'm live, but for some reason I'm not seeing it on my Facebook page. There we go. Now I see it. It just took it a second there. Good. Okay. Now I see it and I can see your comments. That's the most important thing to me, is that I can be able to see your comments and reply to you. So we enjoyed our vacation very much, and now I'm getting back into my everyday life, and I'm happy to be back with you guys tonight and sharing with you some products that were delivered while I was on vacation. I have not seen these products yet, and I'm excited to play with them and make some new pages with you tonight. So let's get started with that. I do want to start with what I have coming up and any promos that we have going on. So right now, I'm sorry, tomorrow night is Scrappy Thursday on our Let's Get Scrappy With It Facebook group. If you're not a member of that group, hop on over there and request to join. Lisa and I both contribute to that page, and we are doing a fun little challenge this year called Scrappy Thursdays. And our challenge for February is for you to create a layout using hearts in your layout, which should be really easy to do, because isn't that why we do this? Is because we love to make pages of the people that we love. We love to have pages that have our loved ones in it. So it should be a really fun challenge for you this month. And be sure to take a picture of your finished layout and post it to our group using the hashtag Scrappy Thursdays. And that way you will be entered in the contest to win one of two $50 credits for shopping with Elisa and I. So we're gonna pick those winners in November. So be sure and get your pages done and get them posted to our group. We do on the second Thursday of the month, we do a simpler layout, meaning it has less items on your page, less elements. We try to make it very simple. And then the fourth Thursday of the month, we do a little more complicated layout. So please join us for both, because you have to have both of those types of layouts in your wheelhouse, so that when you're creating layouts, you have a lot to draw on, a lot of layouts in your memory, in your memory filing box to pull from. So please take a look at that. Join our Facebook group and take a look at what we've done so far. We've got a lot of videos out there, and we'd love for you to be inspired and motivated by that group. So that is tomorrow night, the 23rd, and is at 7 o'clock, from 7 to 8 p.m. Eastern. You can join us. Also, this Friday, I have my Friday night crop. Awesome. I love Friday night crops. And this is our second crop of the month. So we will be using some sketches from the Creative Memories blog to make some fun layouts. We always have a great time with these sketches. They're so much fun. And if you would rather not make sketches, please just join us and hang out with us from 6:30 to 10 on Friday p.m. Eastern, because we have a blast talking and laughing and just unwinding from the week together. And it's just fun. One of the ladies said, it's just fun to have somebody to talk to while I'm scrapbooking. And so we can be right there with you in your scrapbooking space. You don't have to transport anything, load up your car and go anywhere. You can stay right in the comfort of your own home and scrapbook with us. So please join us for the Friday night crop this Friday. I also have a few spots left for my March 30th retreat. So if you are in the area, please send me your registration. We are filling up fast, and I would love to see you there. We had such a great time, and you can have a 4-day weekend. If you want to start your weekend on Thursday, you can do Thursday through Sunday, or if you want to start your weekend on Friday, you can do Friday through Sunday. 2 different prices, and I can send you all of the registration information. Just send me a message or an email at pammoran@outlook.com, and I will get that out to you. And then every Wednesday night, I am here with you guys. So please join me at my Wednesday night lives at 7 p.m. Eastern. I try and give you a variety of things to make, ideas, tips, and tricks. I hope this gives you inspiration and you have fun doing it. And then next Monday, the 27th, and Tuesday, next Monday and Tuesday, 27th and 28th, I have another set of Beginners 101 classes coming up from 7. They start at 7, and we usually go an hour the first class and an hour and a half the second class. It just depends, because it's an open discussion. It is on Zoom, and it's an open discussion on how we organize our pictures and how we organize our scrapbooking space and all of that stuff from A to Z. Scrapbooking 101. So we start at the very beginning for all you beginner scrapbookers out there. And for you seasoned scrapbookers, we give you new ideas and tips and tricks. So I hope you all join. That is a free class. You just use the registration link that is in the event on my Facebook page and register for that class, just so I have an idea of how many people will be attending. That will be great. We have such a great time, and we learned so much the last class, in the January class. So I can't wait to see you guys on Monday. I didn't mention, so tomorrow's Scrappy Thursdays, that is a free event. The Friday night crop, that is a free event as well. My retreat on the 30th, that there is a charge for that for the 4-day weekend. Every Wednesday night, that's free. And my beginners class, those are also free. So just know that I have a lot of virtual and in-person events coming up, and I hope to see you at some of those. So let me talk really quickly because we're running out of time. Just want to let you know that my join special is still going on. I would love for you to join Creative Memories, and that does not mean you have to be an advisor. If you would like to join Creative Memories as a personal use advisor, is what we call hobbyists, or another name of hobbyists, personal use advisor, hobbyist. If you want to get that commission, in other words, pay less for your products, please join. It's a rewards program, and it benefits you. You get, when you join for $49 is the yearly fee. You get $50 credit as soon as you join. You get 10% off a commission off for everything that you buy. You get a free album from me, from my inventory, or a $30 credit, whichever you prefer. You can either have a free album or $30 credit. And then when you reach $551 in the first 60 days, you get another $100 credit from Creative Memories. So, and then you get 25% off for the rest of the year of everything you buy. So your commission goes up as soon as you get to level 2. So it's just a great opportunity. It's a great program, and I hope that you will join so that you can pay less for items you love to buy. And then that's it, right? Yes, that's it. So now let's jump into tonight's page. I'm excited for this Cue the Blue. This is one of the things that I got while I was out of not out of the office. That's not. I was on vacation. I had to jump back to the office. I went back to work today, so I'm in work mode right now. But this came while I was in Miami last week, and I'm having such a great time looking through this and seeing all the beautiful blues. Blue is one of my favorite colors, blues and purples and teals. I love it. And this is such a great neutral tone and theme for all of your layouts. So I hope you'll take a look at this on my website. It really works for a lot of the pages you guys are making. It would be great for your February challenge for Scrappy Thursdays to use this blue. So that was the Variety Map Pack that I just showed you. And everything that you see here is in the collection, including these 2 punches, the Boilermaker cartridge, the Wispy chain. Look how cute that is. And then the Clouds frame punch, which is what we're going to be using tonight. So these are great. This is a great collection. So you get your designer paper pack, you get a vellum paper pack, which is hiding underneath here. Vellum. Look how beautiful that is. Look at this paper over here. Isn't that beautiful? Let me just turn it over. There's one of the designs in the vellum. So pretty. So many different ways to use vellum too. In fact, maybe I'll make a frame with it tonight. It's very possible. So you get the vellum. Oh, I'm missing one piece. Oh, it's probably in another box upstairs. So you get the vellum, the paper pack, the designer paper pack, the embellishments that you see over here to the right. I don't have them all spread out right now, but there are 40 in the pack, I believe. Yes, 40 die cuts in the pack. You get the 2 punches, and then you get a set of stickers, 3 pages of letter stickers. And like I said, they're up in another box. I didn't pull them out with this. So you get all of that for $82.50 until February 24th, because that's the 10% off. Remember that every new collection that comes out, there's going to be a buy it all bundle, and that buy it all bundle is 10% off the first 2 weeks after the new collection comes out. So you want to grab these while the 10% is still available. So get this collection by February the 24th. So you can take advantage of that 10% off. And see, if you join with me, then you would get 10% off. You'd only pay $82.50 for this, plus your 10% commission. So you'll get 10% back on it. So it's just such a great program. I hope you guys will think about joining. Because I just love to see everybody get the most for their money, and you really do with our Join program. All right. And if you have any questions about that, please send me an email at pammoran@outlook.com, or send me a Facebook message. I'm happy to answer any questions that you have. I have ladies on my team all across the United States, and I have ladies in all the way from Michigan to California on my team, and we have such a great time together, and we have such great resources for our members or our advisors. But you do not have to be an advisor. You can just join to get the commission. All right, let's stop talking about that. I could talk about that forever. So here is the album. I didn't really give you a good glimpse of that. Look at that beautiful foil album with the blue decorative squares on there. Isn't that pretty? Sorry, you're seeing all my light reflections in there. So pretty. Such a pretty album. And it's not a specific themed album, so you could really use it for any theme that you have. If you're trying to decide if you're a beginner scrapbooker, I hope to see you Monday in my classes. And this is a great album to use to start out with. You know, it really will go well with whatever you put in it because it's such a versatile theme, look, style, design on the front of the album. All right, let's do it. All right, so this is a frame punch. This is the cloud frame punch. Look how cute. I love it. Hello, Shell. I'm so glad you're here. Thanks for messaging me today and checking on if I was going live. I appreciate that so much. If you're on, please say hello and tell me where you're from. I would love to know. All right, so the frame punches are awesome because they can be used as a frame punch or a border. It's a dual purpose punch. So I love that. And I love making frames, and I'm going to make a big frame because I love this pattern on this punch. And I want it to be as large as I can make it. And that is a 12 by 12. So I'm going to use a full piece of paper. So remember, Alton, Illinois. Thank you, Shell. Hey, Lisa. Great to see you. Glad you're here. Okay. So when you're making a frame, you have to use a square, and it has to be even measurements. So I'm going to do 12 by 12, but you could do, I'm sorry, it does not have to be a square. I have to take that back. It has to be even measurements. So I'm going to do a 12 by 12 square, but you could also do a 6 by 8, a 4 by 4, 6 by 6, an 8 by 8, as long as they are even numbers. That's what I'm trying to say. They have to be an even number on measurement on both sides. Okay. And the smallest that you can make is a 4 by 4. All right. So let's get to it now. Let's pick out which one we are going to use for our cloud. Ooh, I like this one. I like the design in this one. Very ornate. Okay, so let's do it. So when you are making a frame, you are going to use on the tray on either side, you're going to use this silver line, that straight line that goes down. That's what is going to be your guide. And there is one on each side. So depending on if you're left or right-handed, or just whichever one feels comfortable to you, use that side of the tray. Okay. You are going to line up the right side or left side, depending on which tray you're using. You're going to line up your side of your paper with that line on the tray. That's going to be your first punch for your frame. And you're going to make sure it's back up against the ledge. There's a nice ledge here that keeps your paper straight. So make sure your paper is all the way in and back up against that ledge, and that the edge of the paper is lined up with that silver line. And then we're going to punch. Okay. So there's our first punch. Look how cute. Might be a little hard to see. There we go. Look how cute. All right. Now I like to, I think I do this a little differently than everyone else. But that's okay. I like to do all of my corners first, because that way I don't accidentally punch too many punches across the top and accidentally like I said, punch too many punches, and because you don't want to punch out this corner in a straight punch. I'll show you. So I like to just foolproof it because I've done this too many times where I've accidentally punched too far. So I'm just going to turn my paper then, and I'm going to punch the rest of the corners, this corner. And again, we're going to put it against the tray. We're going to line it up with the silver line in the tray. Gosh. Do that again, turn my paper, put it in, line it up with the silver line on the tray, put it up against the back ledge to keep it straight. Okay, and one more. Here we go. All right, I'll just get all these little pieces out from under. All right, so we have, this is what my paper looks like. Let me get a white piece of paper under here so you can see. So this is what it looks like now with corners punched. Okay, so now we just have to punch the rest of the way down. And see, if we would have punched the rest of the way down without punching this corner first, it would have been incorrect. Okay, because we want our last one to be here, not here. So that's why I like to punch the corners first. It keeps me from messing up. Okay, so now we're going to punch it. Here we go. And now we're going to go the rest of the way down, and I'm going to line up just like we did for a border. I'm going to line up what I just punched out with the image that's on the tray. And that's how I know where to make the next punch. Make sure your paper's all the way against the back. Line up your design. I think we're good there. And punch. Slide it down and do your next punch. Make sure your paper's against the back. Line it up. Hello, Sue Ellen. Nice to see you. You know, I forgot to do something that I normally do, and that is to test my microphone. I just thought of that. Just give me a thumbs up if you guys can hear me. That just want to make sure I have the microphone here. I have audio. Okay, so again, I'm lining it up against the back. I'm lining what I just punched on the tray, and I'm punching. Awesome. Thank you so much. I love the thumbs up and then all the hearts and the smiley faces. I love it. Okay. All right. So now here we go. I should be at my last punch. There we go. So now you see how that made that beautiful corner right here. And when I punched it, then I had this little square that's left. See how I have a little square on each corner. So you'll have that little square that's left, but it made that beautiful corner. And if I would not have done my corners first and punched all the way across, it would have been done wrong. So that's why I do all of my corners first and then go back and make the rest of the punches down the row. Okay, so we're going to do the same thing. We're going to line up what we just punched on the tray, and we're going to punch out the rest of our sides. This is going to be so pretty. It is a cloud, but you know we can figure out millions more things it can be. I love it when all of you creative ladies take these images and make them into beautiful things. Give us ideas of all of the other things that we can do with these punches. I love that. Because again, we want to make sure we're getting our money's worth. Okay, so I've got it lined up. There we go. So that was the last punch for that side. Look at that beautiful corner. Let me just put this light kind of again so you can see it better. Is that pretty? See, now what I see right away is I see clouds, but then I also see flowers like a chrysanthemum or something like that. I can see flowers as well. What about you guys? What else do you see? What do you see here? I just love that. That's so pretty. All right, let me just clear out what's underneath. There we go. And I'm going to take that little square off. There's my second little square. Okay, here we go. Two down and two to go. Line it up. And let me just hold this one up for you so you can see when I'm lining it up. I just want you to get a different, closer look. So you can see the pattern that's on the tray, the outline of the pattern. So I take what I just punched and I cover that up with what I just punched. That's how I line it up. I take what I just punched and cover up that outline on the tray. And that keeps my punches nice and straight and even. Because they will get crooked if you have it off. If you're not lined up with what's on the tray, or if you don't have your paper all the way against the back, you will get a little bit of imperfection in your punch. All right, this is the last one for this side then. Here we go. So there's my little square. And there's my beautiful corner. All right. Last side. And really, if you get your paper pushed all the way back, that's really going to help you line up. So get your paper pushed back first, and that will, you may have to adjust this just a little bit, but when your paper's all the way back, that really does get you right on where you need to be. Yep. Okay, so last cut for this side. Okay, so there's my fourth square. And here is my finished frame. Ooh. Oh, pretty. Pretty, pretty. There we go. I love it. So the rules of the frame, remember, are that you want even side measurements. The sides have to be an even number. They don't have to be the same. It does not have to be a square. You can do a 6x8, you can do a 4x8, you can do a 4x6, you can do a 2x8. Anything like that, as long as it's even numbers. And the smallest, I'm sorry, you probably can't do a 2x8. Smallest you can go is 4x4. So you cannot do a 2. You can do 4x8, 4x6, 6x6, 6x8, 8x10, 10x12, all of the even numbers starting with 4. So there we go. I love that. So let's get our vellum. I'm just having a just am thinking that since we did such a dark color blue for our frame, that maybe the vellum would look really pretty behind it. So I haven't opened it, so I apologize. Have to make a little bit of crinkly noise here. Get this out. Haven't worked with vellum a lot. Do you guys work with vellum a lot? Let me know. Shell, hold on. I'm going to see what Shell's saying. Shell, you love the punch. Can't wait to see the finished page. I know, isn't it pretty? I do love the punch too. And Sue Ellen, that punch seems to work so easily and gently. I have to say that I just love our punches because they do work very easily. We were just talking about this the other day. Some of the earlier punches, remember when we would get those punches and you would practically have to stand on them to get them to punch through paper? And this is any punch, any, not just Creative Memories. They just were really hard to punch, but this style makes it so easy, and it cuts through your paper really cleanly. You don't have any frayed edges. If you have a punch that you use a lot, I want to say you can get like 2,000 to 3,000 cuts with each punch. I have punches from when the new Creative Memory started back in 2014 that still punch beautifully. So I haven't had to resharpen them. But if you do have one that it seems to be a little more dull, you can, what I've heard is you can use aluminum foil. And some people have also said wax paper. I just don't know about that one. So let's see which vellum. Now look how pretty this vellum is. So if you're not familiar with vellum, it is what's the word? Transparent? Transparent. And so it makes really pretty to use like behind an opening. Like if you have a die cut that has some kind of space in between it, it's really pretty to use for that. It's really pretty to use just to decorate your page because you can see through it and you can see the page behind it. So vellum is a great choice. And our vellum is a little thicker than it used to be. The old CM was really thin. This is thicker vellum. So I really like this, and you really could use this for punching or for your Cricut. So lots of ways to use. Look how beautiful that is. Let me just put it on the white back again. What's pretty? Oh my gosh. You know what? I just want to frame it and hang it on my wall. It's like a watercolor painting. And then here are some other patterns of the vellum that you get with Cube Glue. So here's a dark stuff. Okay, so let's see what would look good behind what we just punched. Should we go darker or lighter? So here's a darker vellum. I think that's too dark. So that's a darker vellum. Let's try this. Let's try this one. It's a lighter vellum. Okay. Let's try this. What do we think about this one? I like that one. I do. I'm not sure which way I want the lines to go. I don't think this one's going to look as good because I don't want to cover all up all that stuff. So I'm going to try that one. The only other one then is this blue with the flowers. What about that? It's hard to see. There we go. I like that one too. I think I like that one better than the stripes. All right, let's do it. All right. This is, you guys are just seeing my decision-making process firsthand. So I do like to use the photo tape for bigger pieces. It just it just gives it a nice even amount of adhesive all the way around, and so you don't have gaps. So you don't have places where your paper's sticking up. So I just like to put a nice big long piece of tape. I know that one of the ladies recently was like, "Oh my gosh, look how much tape she's using." But that's what I like. That's what I like about it, because if I was using my adhesive, I would be using so much of that. And to me, I feel like I'm using a whole lot of adhesive on big pieces like this. Whereas if I just use 4 strips of photo tape, I'm not using as much. Maybe I am. But again, I also like it because it lays down nice and flat. There we go. All right. Let's do it. I don't know that I've ever used vellum as my background. This is pretty cool. Just lay it out. I like to lay it out on my 13 by 13 mat so that I can use the measurements along the edges when I lay this down to get it straight. You can also use, I have a nice T-square ruler. You could also use that. That's helpful. And that way you can just butt it up against your ruler. Don't want to move my whole page. Here we go. Oh. To keep your page from moving around, you can use a couple dots of repositionable tape on the back, and it will stay on your mat until you pull it off, and then you just rub the repositionable off. That's another way to use your 13 by 13 mat. Okay, so if I just have my little ruler here, and then like I said, I'm going to use the grid lines so I can see my 11 and my 1 up here. So I have it about 1 inch at the top, so I'm too far down. So about 1/2 inch, I think. Yep, okay. So let's go ahead and turn it over and put it down. I always just take one piece of the, let me put this at 1/2 inch here. There we go. I always just take one piece of the paper off the photo. I'm sorry, the goodness, photo tape. Yes, photo tape. I just take one of the papers off there at a time, so that because if I took all of this off and all of my photo tape was exposed, and then I tried to lay it down and I need to move it, it's going to be very difficult, and it's probably going to either rip my paper or pull some of the color off of it. So I don't want to do that. I just want to do this one piece right now and get it where I want it. And especially on this vellum, because this vellum probably will not be easy to pull off of a vellum. So I have it, my T-square ruler at 1/2 inch on my mat. I'm going to line up, I'm going to butt my frame right up against that. And then I want to lay it down about 1/2 inch on each side, so that I have the same width on each side. So I think that's about right. Let me get it down here. I'm just not going to put any pressure on it yet till I get it lined up on the sides. So I see my 1/2 inch right here. I see my 1/2 inch right here. I think we're good. And we've got it lined up there. So I think we're pretty good on getting it evenly spaced on the page. And if not, we just, put some pictures on it and cover up where we don't want people to see. That's the wonderful thing about scrapbooking. There are no mistakes. There are just opportunities to be creative. All right. One last piece of the paper to pull off of my photo tape. So it's laying down nice and flat, but the corners or the edges too are kind of sticking up. If you want to get those to lay down, just take your repositionable. Couple ways you can do this. You can run it along this way, on your frame, or you could take your repositionable and rub it on the paper underneath it, and then just rub away the excess. Whichever way you like this. I usually just take it and rub it along my paper and then lay it down. Totally up to you. And you could do this before you laid it down. But again, when you're trying to lay it down and line it up, the more adhesive you have on it, the harder it's going to be to pull it up off your paper and realign it if you don't get it straight the first time. So to do this, just run my repositionable. That's the great thing about this adhesive. It's little dots. So it is covering your whole paper, what you want it to cover. It's great for these types of cuts in your paper that have a lot of open areas. You know, they're very intricate, so they have a lot of open spaces. So it's great because then the little dots will just get on the paper, and then you can rub away anything that's excess. I love the repositionable. I didn't think they could improve on the adhesive they already have, but they really did with the repositionable. I still use both, but repositionable I definitely use for small pieces and pieces that are very intricately cut like these that have a lot of open spaces in them. So there we go. Isn't that pretty? I love that with the vellum as our background. This is the way it should go so that my flowers are in the right direction in the back. I love that. Look at those pretty flowers on the vellum. Just going to hold that up so you can see it. Very pretty. So now we just lay our pictures down, and I don't have any pictures at my fingertips right now, but let's just use some of our Variety Matte Pack to should be an example of where pictures can go. Let me refresh my memory. I want to tell you the measurements on these Variety Matte Pack sizes. So you have these are 4x6, and these are 6.5 by 4.5. Okay, so 4x6 and 4.5 by 6.5 are the sizes of the Variety Matte Packs. They are so much fun to use for your photo mats. They're great to use to decorate your page, to put your journaling in. They're great to use, again, to decorate your page with the sayings. And then some of them have the lines on them for journaling. So there's just so many different ways you can use these beautiful mats. And they are, I'm not sure what weight they are, but they are a thicker cardstock. So this one is fun because you can cut it in half. And you can use one side for journaling and the other side, I mean, you could use the other side for journaling, or you could use it for a decoration, or you could use it for a picture. Definitely the Variety Matte Pack can be used as your mats, photo mats for behind your pictures. So a lot of different ways to use your Variety Matte Packs. And for tonight, we're just going to use a couple so that you can see how this layout will look with pictures on it. And how easy is this layout? I love that it's so easy. We just cut a frame and we adhered it to our paper, and now we're ready to put pictures on it. And by the way, we have tons of room for pictures, so you can get as many pictures as you want on this layout. And it's still beautiful because you have that decoration all the way around the edge. So something like this. So if we put a couple, these are 4x6. Let's just cut one of these in half. I need to grab my trimmer. So what did we say this is? This one is 6.5. Okay. I'm just going to take the easy way out here and do a little pinch and do a little pinch so that I know approximately where my center is. So we can cut that in half. So we could do today is a good day, was a good day. Do our journaling, have some beautiful pictures here and here. And I definitely have room for another picture here. A round picture would look great here. Let's look at our die cuts that come in the pack. A lot of choices. These, those are cute. Cute little squares. That look great in a corner. Wouldn't it look great in the corner? I love that. So pretty. I don't know if there's just two. If there's just two, then I would do something like this. One in each, in the opposite corner. I love that. That looks so pretty. Okay, I want to do something lighter since we have a lot of blue going on here. Do something lighter so we could do a little embellishing over there. And remember, we want to keep in mind that rule of the triangle. It's an artist's rule, how placing things in the form of a triangle draws your eye all the way around your page. Sue Ellen, you just ordered a repositionable and a mini tape runner too. Thanks to watching you use yours. Oh, good, Sue Ellen, that's great. Yes, I do love the mini tape runner too. I don't use it a lot here on Wednesday nights, but we'll have to pull that one out too. That gives you a narrow strip of adhesive, and I love it. It works really great for small pieces as well. Okay, so I was going to grab one of these. So I think these are all sayings, and since we already have the saying here, I don't think any of these will. Today was a good day. Well, we could do something like this. Today was a good day, family fun. And I definitely would put this up on some foam squares right here. To give your page some depth, a little fun, so that everything's not so flat on the page. You need a title. If you're going to have a title, you could put a title, nice title right there. We can move these around a little bit. I can get one more picture down here for sure. Don't have to have it on a photo mat. You can just place it right on your background paper. That works beautifully too. And then the embellishments, the die cuts come with these buttons, and they are so pretty, and they're flat. So just hold that sideways. They are not going to cause any kind of dents in your pictures when you close your album. If you have a jewel that is thicker, you know, that can cause a bump in your album, but it can, you know, cause that to form on pages that are around that jewel. So if you don't like to use jewels in your album because they're too thick and they will dent your pages that are above the that are touching that page, these are a great alternative because they're still really cute. Look how cute those designs are on there. And they're still glossy, so they still look like jewels. And you can definitely, I mean, I could see using them in the corners here where this little thing is, this little loop is. That would look really cute on that loop. So something like that. And I can still use this for a photo mat, even though it's got the lines on it. If I have a picture that fits right in there and covers up those lines, definitely use that. Maybe you can't see that. Let me hold that up. This photo mat, yeah, this photo mat has lines on it. But don't let that keep you from using it for a photo mat for your pictures. All right, I think I am going to put those little guys in the corner. I really like the way that looks. I'm going to use my repositionable. And I'll show you here what I mean about the dots. This is a great way to see the dots. Let me put it on a dark piece. Oop. Let's see. May not be able to get that into focus. Oh, there it was. Okay, now you can see the little dots. That's the adhesive. It just runs those little dots right along your die cut. And don't let the word repositionable worry you. It is repositionable. It's easy to pull up a piece that you've laid down and put it somewhere else. But once that piece has been laid down on your paper for, let's say, 24 hours, it is going to adhere well to your paper and will be harder to lift up. So don't let that worry you that it's going to fall off. Our adhesive does not does not ever expire, let's say, and stop working, stop being adhesive. I have albums from 16 years ago and nothing has ever fallen off. So don't worry about that. Our adhesive is made by 3L and is one of the best companies, which is one of the best adhesive companies on the market. All right. There you go. I just love the way that looks. I love using those little corners. I love making them too. Okay. Everything else got all messed up. But there we go. Something like that. Lots of pictures. Lots of pictures you can fit on this page. I have room for 2 more right down here. I could do a round picture here. I could do a longer picture here. I could do my title right here. And I've got 1, 2, 3, 4 pictures on this side. And I could do the same layout. If you're someone that likes to do 2-page layouts for everything, you could do the same layout on the other side. And you would have 8 to 10 pictures that you have on your page. So, and if you're somebody that likes to do even more than 8 to 10 pictures, you know, you don't have to have your whole border showing, and you could definitely fit more pictures in. I could fit 2 here. I could fit two small ones here. So I definitely could get a ton of pictures on this page. Okay. Well, thank you for joining me again. It was so good to be back. I missed you guys last week, so we are back on schedule now. Thank you for all of your comments tonight. I love to see the comments. And I had someone ask me recently if I would demo one of our project recipe templates. And I'm saying that, and I wish I had one at my fingertips, and I don't think I do. But basically, they are stencils. Hold on, let me just double check if I have one laying right here. I don't see one. No. Go out to my website and check and do a search on project recipe templates, or just do templates, the word templates, and you will find them. They're so much fun. It basically is a stencil, and you're going to draw out all of your pieces and then cut them out by hand and place them on your paper. And what's great is then you have that thin border around everything so that you see your background paper through it. So I am planning on doing a project recipe template demonstration next Wednesday night. I would love for you guys to join me. I will post out on my Facebook page which template I'm using in case you have it or want to get it before we do that demonstration next Wednesday. I will let you know which one I'm going to be doing, and you can make it right alongside me. They are so much fun, and they do take a lot of time. You do have to manually cut out. Most of the time you have to manually cut out. Sometimes your custom cutting system shapes will work, and you can use those so that you don't have as much manual cutting. They make your pages look professionally done. They're so pretty, and it's just a variety, gives you a variety of what is in your scrapbook, and gives you a variety of what you're doing. I know I like to change it up every once in a while and do something different, make something different. So this is a way to make something different for your scrapbook. So we are going to do a project recipe template next Wednesday. Please come back and see that. They are so much fun and they look gorgeous. And I will try to get out a couple examples from all of the ones that I have made. Maybe a little difficult because The ones that I have made are probably in my grandkids' albums and have been given to my grandkids. So, but I will try and have a few examples for you to see. So stay tuned. Next Wednesday, I will see you at 7 o'clock Eastern time, and we will make a project recipe template together. You guys have a great week. I want to see you all on Friday night at my Friday night crop. We are going to be virtually making some sketches together, and we have a blast. So join us Friday night. You can register for that with the event on my Facebook page. If you have any problems, send me a message and I will send you the registration link. All right. I think that's it, ladies. Thank you so much. I will talk with you soon.